It's Crimebeat time. And we got two. 1, 2. Uno, dos. It's gonna make up another language, but all my friends are fancy and they probably know I was making stuff up. So we gotta get going. And it has been raining, and that's okay because there's nothing we can do about it. People always complain about the weather. I'm like, nothing I can do. I mean, really, it's not. So here we go. We're going to go back to March the 10th. I want to say hey to everybody. Hey, Christian. I'm sorry I hadn't said hey to you lately. Nicholas's friend in Kennesaw. Christian, you know I love you. Love you so much. Love you. I want to say Dwayne. Dwayne, you know I love you. He's my neighbor growing up. I love you. I'm so glad you're back in my life. Okay, so here we go. All right, March the 10th. Okay, a man said someone broke into his shed and stole his rock climbing gear. Did I already read this one? Why does that sound familiar? I don't know. Somebody else stole some rock climbing gear. Yeah, that is not good. That is expensive. I don't know if you've ever had that as a hobby, but that is very expensive. If you ever step on your rock climbing, please say I'm sorry, rope, because that is your lifeline. Yep, don't ever do that. March 10th. And get your cams. Okay, whoo, my screen just got big. I just pushed a button. March 11th. A woman said someone broke into her car while she was at Amicalola Falls. God bless her. I hope they didn't take anything, and I hope she gets that fixed. We were at Amicalola this past weekend for the Georgia Death Race, and they had that big old rain where they said that it rained more, like in a few minutes or something, than it has in 100 years. Part of the steps got like washed out. You couldn't go up them. So I need to wash my hair. Anyway, so make sure that if you have plans to go to Amicalola anytime soon, they're a little bit different right now. Yep. Okay, March the 13th, a deputy pulled over an apparently intoxicated man on South Chestnut Street, just driving through town. During the sobriety balance test, the driver fell over. During the sobriety balance test, the driver fell over and laughed. Said, "Give me 1 second, bro." He was arrested. It really is not funny because he didn't be on the road because he killed somebody. But, yeah, during the sobriety balance test, the driver fell over and laughed. He's laughing away. Just give me 1 second, bro. If you give me a second, I'll be okay and I can do it. No. There's piggy corn. Bro. Same day. I was busy that day. A man said that his neighbor pointed a pellet gun at him while he was checking the mail. That was hurt. The neighbor said, sorry, I just got no gymnastics, that the neighbor said he only did that because the complainant wouldn't stop asking his daughter for her phone number. Well, you know what? Some people would be using more than a pellet gun. Stop asking for the phone number. Please stop. And please stop pointing pellet guns. At least it was just a pellet gun. March 14th, a woman said she was dumpster diving on Greenbrier Drive and found a passport in the trash can. Now, I'm not going to say I've never been dumpster diving. I'm not going to. Okay, a woman said that a deputy from Union County called to tell her that her stolen car, oh, this is good, was found, parked on the side of the road with a man sitting in it. Not only did she get her car, she got a free man. Yep. So Union County, we all know they're the worst drivers besides Florida drivers. and told her they found her stolen car, and she gets a free man to go with it. Then that's something. Happy Easter. That's more like St. Patrick's Day time, but maybe it's a little elf man. Maybe she got her little leprechaun. Oh no. Deputy pulled over a Chevy Colorado with a broken headlight. The driver said it wasn't working because he drove into an owl. Owls can get big around here. That is no serious thing. I'm glad he's okay, because, yeah, and then like screech owls, that's no, and then the whole head thing can turn around, and they look like, Mothman do some Point Pleasant type stuff. I mean, they got some weirdness going on. There's some big old owls. Owls don't mess around. Owls, Parton, my friend on here too. Owl, nobody's messing with you. I don't think they hit you with their car. But I'm just saying. Okay. So we got to do this next week here. Okay, I just closed out the wrong email here. So I hope, but I can see that you hit an owl with your car. Okay, that was one screenshot. Okay, now we're at March the 12th. March the 12th, okay. A woman said she was bitten by her neighbor's pit bull. God bless everybody here. I hope that everybody is safe. I'm not going to say anything about pit bulls. I just hope everybody is safe. God bless everybody involved. March 15th. A man said that his wife showed up at his date's house. Okay. A man said that his wife showed up at his date's house. I wish I should get my Barbies. That'll help me. The man said that his wife showed up at his date's house with a handgun and demanded he sign the divorce papers. Well, that makes sense. I should have just kept reading it. The man said that his wife showed up at his date's house and demanded that he sign with handguns and sign the divorce papers. Maybe it was a pellet gun. Maybe she's friends with the other person with phone number. A man said someone in Russia, Zdravstvuyet, Doprovshalovich, opened a credit card in his name. That's tough. They use the Cyrillic alphabet. Hopefully that gets fixed. A man said someone has been trespassing on his on his property and relieving themselves in his compost outhouse. Okay, so this man has an old school outhouse that he puts compost in, like avocado peels, eggshells, puts leaves in it, stirs it up, and somebody is leaving their house or homeless or their car and taking a poop in the compost. This is a new one. This is a new one, everybody. A man said someone has been trespassing on his property and relieving themselves in his compost outhouse. We did have that one where somebody had been spilling the bucket of animal poop. You remember that one a while back? You remember, Amy, you remember? I can't remember. Heidi, who was that we were talking about that on Facebook? And it was like, what did they have? What? A bucket of what? I think it's even titled Bucket of What. This one's new. I wonder if they're using like toilet paper. I wonder if that's how. I'm going to try not to think on that one. You know how there's some things you just don't want to think about? That's one of them. All right, here we go. March 17th. A man said he let a woman stay at his house to help her out. That's so nice. God love you. And she slashed his tires and then stole his iPhone and a big jar of change. Road to hell. Pay best attention. God bless you, honey. We're so pray for her too. I said, let's help her out. What a nice person. That makes it hard to do nice things for other people. And we've all been there. You know, we've all been there. We've all given the Christmas gifts, and then you see somebody stand in line, you know, returning it, and they go to get. God bless them. That's just not good. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Could have been slashing you, but on the whole point, slashing the tires. That's just mean. That's just mean. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope that. Man said someone broke into his shed and sold his leaf blower and 8 saw blades. Grass season is upon us. Believe me, I know. Husband's still not home, but he's wearing his red shirt. Leaf blower and 8 saw blades. Y'all, we got a lot of sheds getting broke into. You know, most of them don't have little locks on them and stuff, and even if they do, they're pretty easy to get into. So just get your little camera out there and get your little fake one. You know, draw your little picture, like, you know, you are being watched with a winky face. Something. There's a build-aheads of me at Lumpkin County. Kids can still read to me there. Maybe I'll start selling Coach Carey build-aheads to people to put on their sheds. Okay. A man said he was leaving his friend's house and drove down an embankment. Happened to all of us. Happened to all of us. That happened to a little boy. True story. Pulling in the driveway one time. Bishop can attest to this. And he drove his little car into to the little water ditch. My husband picked that car up, got it out of the ditch. When you bring it up, he's like, oh, it wasn't that heavy. We're like, you picked up a car. Whew. A man at a local restaurant said an intoxicated man climbed onto the roof. That is never a good thing. He was arrested. An employee at a local restaurant said an intoxicated man climbed onto the roof. He was arrested. I wonder if he used the stolen climbing gear out of the other shed. Oh my goodness. Well, I wonder how he got down. I wonder if he laughed and... The man said his gun was stolen or he might have just lost it. Not something you want to lose or have stolen. Y'all keep up with those. Y'all should have, you know, take pictures of your guns, the serial numbers, keep up with them, and kind of like, you know, how we do the time change and stuff. It's a good time to, you know, flip your mattress, check the batteries and everything, and it might be good to make sure your gun's there. We all watch Murder, She Wrote. We know that they're going to ask you, where's your gun? And then it looks bad when you're like, it must have been stolen. So yeah, y'all keep up with your guns, especially when it comes to our kiddos. And there's a lot of depression going on. There's a lot of sad things happening. We need to watch out for each other, and it could be something as simple as, Make sure you know where your guns are. They got gun safes out there. You get you like a good hiding place. Guns aren't bad. What was that shirt from like the greatest movie ever made? You know, Happy Gilmore. Guns don't kill people. I kill people. I don't know if that would be like really approved toward a school. Anyway, yeah, we got some weird weather coming up. It's supposed to be like some freezing temperatures. Please be careful. And again, if you planted something, stop. Y'all know you're not supposed to plant anything until after Easter. Really, it's a good thing to wait until I'm glad my girlfriend brought it up today. I thought I was the only one that knew. Wait till the kudzu comes. And I've got some cool video on YouTube about kudzu because it really is fascinating. And it is one of the last things that comes in. It's also one of the first things to go. The first time we have a frost, all the kudzu dies. But when kudzu comes in, that's usually a pretty good temperature, usually a pretty good time to start planting things. So yeah, just be safe out there. Be slow on these roads. If you know it's going to be wet, you know it's going to be raining, you know, just leave a little bit earlier. It's better that you get to work than not show up at all. So yeah, just be careful out there. And I love everybody. And if you end up in the crime beat, that's okay too. I still love you. And I want to get work on a little bit of paper. And I hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. And remember that there's a bigger purpose for all of us to be here. Sometimes we forget that. But I love you. See you next week. Bye.